Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we are going to have a short session of the video interview round of ZS Associates. Yes, many people have been asking me personally and over the group about this video interview round, and they want a solely dedicated video on the video interview round of ZS Associates. Yes, this round, let me tell you before I go into the intricate details of what are the exact questions of this round, let me tell you that this round was initially only in the on-campus space. When I appeared for the on-campus interview, it was a part of the on-campus interview process. Like after the aptitude test, once you clear the aptitude test, this video interview round was being conducted, but now it is a part of both the on-campus and the off-campus procedure. So it has been introduced off-campus as well, and one more round is clubbed with phase 1, like aptitude round, then PhD round, then video proctored interview round. So three back-to-back interview rounds you are going to have as a part of the phase 1 of ZS Associates selection process. So video interview round now is relevant to both on-campus and off-campus selection procedure. Earlier it was only for on-campus. Now let us study the details. Let me go into the details of what are the type of questions and how many questions can you expect in this video proctored interview round, and what is the exact procedure to answer the same. So it's like you will have 7 to 8 questions. Yes, 7 to 8 questions in the video proctored interview round, and by the time you are going to appear for the video proctored interview round, you will already be exhausted because you would have appeared aptitude round and then PhD round, and then the third round in continuous stretch is going to be video proctored interview round. Now here comes the test. Many people do get exhausted by the time they appear for this video proctored interview round. Either they get nervous, they get exhausted, they are under pressure, immense pressure, and they tend to underperform in this particular round. But this is very important, as the company employees do generally judge the merit of the candidate based on this round only. So basically 7 to 8 questions, most of which are going to be HR based questions and some decision making question, and 1 or 2 guesstimates you can expect in this round. So coming to the type of questions, as far as I remember, or as I have come across in the group, mostly HR based questions and decision making questions. I'm going to tell you some of the questions. Like one of the questions for me in this video proctored interview round was one of the difficult situations that you have faced in your life, how you have managed to come out of it, and what you have learned from it. Like the experience you gathered from it, and what mistakes wouldn't you repeat after you have faced that particular incident in your life. What is that particular incident? Now let me tell you, before every question you will be given 20 to 25 seconds to think and frame your answer. Earlier the time was 30 seconds. Now many students are telling me that it's 20 seconds now. It may be 20 or 30 seconds. Be prepared for 20 seconds. So within 20 to 30 seconds you need to frame your answer, and then you will be given a time slot of 3 minutes to answer your question. Like first the question will flash, you will get 30 seconds to think about the answer. What is going to be the answer? Yes, I figured it out. Now if you can frame your answer before 30 seconds, like in 20 seconds or 10 seconds, you can straight away go to the answer, and then the video recording will start. Like it's a continuous proctored process, but that video is recorded separately for each answer. So you cannot Google it or do anything about it. You have to frame your answer within 30 seconds. And after that, if you take the entire 30 seconds, there is no problem. Now, many students are asking me, if I take all the 30 seconds to frame my answer, does that create a negative impact in the minds of the interviewer? No, it doesn't. You are given 30 seconds to utilize it to the fullest. So frame your answer properly. It doesn't matter whether you take 30 seconds or 20 seconds or 10 seconds. It doesn't matter. If you're given 30 seconds, utilize that, frame your answer. But when you give that answer in the last 3 minutes, when you punch in your answer, it's going to be solid, it's going to be straightforward, and it's going to be rigid, and it's going to be confident answer. So you should be framing your answer as such that you do not get underconfident in between. That's the problem that most of the candidates do face. So 3 minutes to answer the question and 20 seconds to 30 seconds to frame your answer. Now many people have been asking, do I need to give the answer for the entire 3 minutes, or do I need to complete it early as soon as possible? No, you do not need to rush it. Neither do you need to consume up all the 3 minutes. The time you finish giving your answer, skip to the next question. The time you finish framing the answer, skip to giving the answer. So it's no time limitation or no optimum time is set. Like you should take 20 seconds to answer this question, you should take 30 seconds to answer this question, you should take 1 minute to answer this question, 2 minutes to answer this question. No. 3 minutes is the limit. You can use your 3 minutes to the fullest. Or if you are done giving the answer within 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, you shouldn't say anything redundant or speculative. So you shouldn't repeat your answers. Sometimes people do tend to utilize the 3 minutes, trying to utilize the 3 minutes. They often commit the mistake of repeating their answers again and again and making the relevant contents just redundant. Same thing again and again. You don't need to do that. If you are finished giving the answer within 1.5 minutes, just leave it and skip to the next question. Now, the questions that are generally asked is, one of the questions I have shared that what is the experience that you gathered from a mistake that you committed in your life or a difficult situation in your life, and what did you learn from it first? Some ethical based decision making questions might be there, that 2 ethical choices will be given. Now, you will have to select between 2 tough choices in your life, and they will see how precisely you point out the difference between the 2 ethical practices and select one out of them. Like whether you are going to do this, whether you are going to do that. 2 alternatives. And you will have to frame your own answer. One more question that was asked, I particularly remember this question because I loved this question. This was a decision-making question. It was asked that in a village, a bridge is being constructed by the sarpanch of the village, like the head of the village. Now, the people trust the head of the village completely. And the head of the village has given a contract to a person who is building up this bridge. But that person is basically a corrupted person and is mixing raw materials to an extent where the quality is compromised. And the bridge or like the construction may collapse anytime now and then. He's using such a material. You come to know about this malpractice. What are you going to do? Are you going to inform the sarpanch? Are you going to talk with the entire village people? Are you going to convince them against the sarpanch that not to go with the sarpanch and think with their mind? Now, this is the type of question where you need to be like thinking a lot. You will be intrigued, like what to do and what not to do. So I framed my answer as far as I remember. It's way back, like 2 years from here. So as far as I remember, I gave the answer most probably that first I will try to find out whether the sarpanch knows about this malpractice already, whether he is in collaboration with the person that has taken up the construction work. If it is so, I will talk to the villagers directly. If it is not so, I will try to convince the sarpanch. So I will try to go from the hierarchy up to down, like first talk to the construction man. If he doesn't understand, go to the sarpanch. Try to know whether he has already an idea about this malpractice and is supporting the same. If he is supporting the same, try to go to the village people. And what you can do is basically talk to the sarpanch and audio record his voice, or like call the villagers and talk to the sarpanch, confront the sarpanch in front of them. Talk to the head of the village, and thus you are going to convince the villagemen that the construction is actually a malpractice and a corrupted practice. So these are the type of questions. The guesstimate that was asked in the video proctored interview to me particularly is how much paint is required to paint a 10 by 10 wall, or what is the price of paint that you would need to paint a 10 by 10 wall. I've also already framed the same answer in the Z Associate Guesstimates video. If you haven't seen that, go to our Z Associates playlist and play the Guesstimates video. The question has been particularly answered in that particular video itself. How much paint is required to paint a 10 by 10 wall. Some people got the questions, how many tennis balls can fit in Boeing 736 aeroplane. These type of guesstimate questions, which are going to be relatively easier than the ones they ask in the EBI or the HR fit round, now what they call it. It's going to be relatively easier. But having said that, guesstimates are guesstimates, so you need to prepare more on that. You need to prepare numbers, figures, and you need to be very clear in your mind. One more tip that I would like to give to the candidates is, this is a video proctored round, and they are going to see in the video that whether you're fumbling under pressure or not. Yes, the situation is going to be tough. There may be questions that you do not know, that you cannot answer, but you shouldn't fumble. You should be fluent. You should be framing your answer to the point, and you should be confident. Even if you are giving a wrong answer, give it confidently. That is what I would tell the candidates. Many people have been rejected due to this fumbles or fluency lacking in their flow. So your flow should be fluent. Other than that, just keep on preparing questions from different genres. Talk in the group. Join the group if you haven't. Link in the description box. Link in the comment box as well. Join the group. Discuss among yourselves what type of questions can you expect, and prepare and go and bag it home. All the best. Thank you very much. And if you like the page, subscribe to our channel. Share it with your friends. That's it for today.